Arden.
All right. Pause up, everybody. Welcome to Meowy Hour. I'm your host, Arden Moore. As you know, this show is brought to you and presented by the Cat Fancier Association. Thank you, CFA. We also want to be a pause and applause for our sponsor, the maker of cat and dog supplements, the one and only In Clover. They offer us some good deals we're going to talk about in a little bit. I want to give applause also to my cool co-pilot. We're talking all breed CFA judge, Kathy Black, and our doggy designee, Destiny. And we are doubly blessed tonight because we have two great people to join our show today. First up, please welcome Ramona Marek. And she has a lot of titles after her name. She's an accomplished award-winning author. She is a fear-free pet certified professional. And she knows a little thing about what's working in that cat noodle of yours because, yeah, she is the author of Cats for the Genius. We're going to delve into kitty brains, their intelligence, how they think. Also on tap, we have all breed CFA judge, Iris Zink, back for a talk, and she's teaming up with Kathy. They're going to talk about the Turkish Angora. So we want to welcome you both to the show, or thank you for coming on and giving up a Wednesday night. Special shout out to one of our most loyal viewers. That is the remarkable photographer, Larry Johnson. What is it, Casey? Yeah. Oh, Casey said, it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Larry. Woo! Thank you for capturing us on such beautiful photos. You make us look years younger. So thanks, Larry. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We're going
Happy birthday, Larry.
Everybody, he's a good guy. He really does amazing work. So I was doing my homework for a Meowy Hour, and I found out there's a website called Catalogical. And they were offering ways that our cats make us happier. And what else? Oh, Casey said, and healthier. So I'm going to share some things that may be things you already know, but it's good to have it stick in your brain to really appreciate the CAT. And then I might throw you a few things that they found that may surprise you. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, sounds good.
So, despite what you think, cats help us sleep better. There's studies that show that cats are more than 2 times likely to help you sleep better than they are to disturb your sleep. To which I say to my 16-year-old cat, Mikey, who's got a little kitty dementia, no! This guy sleeps like a pup all night. But what's your thoughts on that? Do you believe that finding, that they actually help you sleep better than worse? Ladies, jump in.
I don't know. Maybe if you got the kind of cat that just likes to crawl under the covers down by your feet and, you know, keep your feet warm at night, something like that. But, you know, I don't know. My cats, maybe it's because they don't sleep with me all the time, but when we do go to a hotel, they play racetrack all night long. You know, and I'm way too allergic, so they're not allowed in my bed at home. But I know a lot of people who sleep with a bunch of different animals, dogs and cats, and they swear it doesn't disturb their sleep. So maybe there's something to it.
Well, when I need to take, go ahead. What, Ramona?
Natasha is a good snuggler, and sometimes it's comforting to have her there near me, but sometimes it is not, because she wants to get real close.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And it's like, well, I can't roll over because you're on my hair.
Yes.
I have that problem of my hair getting rolled on, but how about you, Iris? What do you think?
Well, our site, we breed Siberians as well as Turkish Angoras, and our Siberian stud lives in the bedroom and sleeps with us every night. And I think he makes a positive contribution.
And what's his name?
His name is Billy.
Billy, don't be a hero when you're talking pillow talk. All right, cool. All right, here's the other finding from Ketological. Cats reduce stress and anxiety and help calm you down. I say amen, Kitty.
Yes.
This act, what I'm doing right now, petting Casey, is releasing oxytocin, which is the cuddle hormone, and dopamine, which is the happy hormone, and serotonin, which is the mood stabilizing hormone. I don't need to be on drugs. I have Casey and Rusty and Mikey and Morty and our outdoor cat Baxter. Do you guys agree about the chemical play that they're doing for us, guys?
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think there is a cat person on this earth that doesn't know the feeling of enormous relief when you're upset about something and a cat jumps into your lap and starts purring. The weight of the world goes away.
I totally agree. What's your take on that, Ramona?
Definitely. I was kind of, even just today, I was like, okay, how's this going to go? And I sat down on the couch and was just talking to Yvonne and just petting him and rubbing his chin and getting all snuggly. I was like, that's going to go just fine.
Yeah. You're in good paws with us. You're in good paws with us. All right. This is no surprise, but it needs to be stated. Cats not only lower blood pressure, they lower your triglycerides and cholesterol levels, healthier heart, and they help decrease the risk of stroke. I like that. Paging Dr. Casey. Well, here's one. Go ahead.
I wish that there was a way to have prescriptions for pets.
Yeah.
For things like that, just have a prescription for a pet, because so many people could come off their medications and just be happier.
Yeah. You know that from personal knowledge, or just kidding? Just kidding. Okay. So cats also, this is something, because I love cats and dogs. Casey wants this one stated. Cats have a smaller carbon footprint than dogs. That's a big deal now on this shrinking planet Earth. A 2009 study in New Zealand showed that owning a dog was equivalent to owning a Hummer when it comes to their carbon footprint, compared to owning a cat, which is the equivalent to, why I don't know, a Volkswagen Golf.
Why not a Prius?
Yeah, why not a Prius? I like it. Yeah, we can contact them. Okay, we do know that when a cat purrs, that vibration can heal. Now they purr at a frequency of like 20 to 140 hertz. And that has been shown to heal bones and wounds. Now I teach pet first aid. I'm not asking you to slice your forearm or break your bone and have your cat purr on your lap and watch it miraculously heal. Don't do that. But what do you guys take about the purr power? I'll go with Ramona first.
I know I've read studies about that as well. And I think it's, for cats, I guess it's self-soothing, the purring. But this spring, I fell and fractured my knee in 2 places. And I thought, you know what? What's going to help me heal? Yvonne and Natasha sleeping with me. It was like,
wow, I'm sorry you got the ouchie, but you got the double dose of purr power. That's great. We also know that, I like this. Cats teach you about yourself and others. I think my cats have made me a better human. I don't always say, I'm sorry. I used to do that a lot. Cats are very candid. Cats ask what they want. There's no harm in asking. What's the worst you're going to say? No. And I just think they're pretty cool. I wish I could be as cool as Casey. What's something, Iris, that cats have taught you?
Well, I think cats know other people better than we do. I think they're very good at at drawing first impressions of people. And I can share that the first time that my now husband came to my house, my heart cat came down the stairs and rubbed against his knee. And that definitely told me something.
He's a keeper.
Yes.
Right.
The same heart cat had been known to greet other men with hairballs.
What's your take on that? What's something that cats have taught you, Kathy?
I think they've taught me that you need to be patient. Not everything comes as quickly as you may want it to.
That's good.
Okay, because they kind of have their own rhythm, and that they just can take anything that you throw at them and find joy in it and find play in it. So when things are heavy and rough, get out a toy and play. It'll make you
There you
smile.
go. And finally, Ramona, who do you have on your lap?
Natasha has joined us.
And tell us
Oh,
the
let's
full
see her.
name of Natasha.
Oh, she's beautiful.
It's Natasha. She's a full-time diva, dressed as an anything but plain brown tabby.
Nice.
And she likes things her way or no way.
And what has she taught you?
What has she taught me? Well, I think both of my cats have taught me that how to be still. There's a time to be still. You don't have to always go and rush and be on and be still.
I like that. I like that. Well, so that was the study. I just wanted to share some things because every once in a while, I think we have to hit the pause button and reflect about how cats are good for us. And never, never underestimate the power of a cat because they give. And they're very cool about it. So we got some prizes to award, but first, let's throw that slide up of InClover because I want you guys to save 10% the next time you're shopping at inclover.com. Oh, sorry, he's making an appearance. Here's Rusty, the performer. He goes, I saw treats. I love InClover. Can I please have some InClover treats while you talk about this? In a minute, Rusty. Okay, InClover makes not just these spry, flow, smile, and sleek cat supplements, but they also do things to help your pets, dogs and cats, hips and joints and digestion. The wonderful hairballs, you want to minimize them. You want them to digest their food better. Same with Bio Brilliant, great dental health supplement. So just go to inclover.com and when you're checking out, do Meowy InClover 21 and you can get your paws on saving 10%. Share that with your friends. We really do appreciate it. So thank you InClover and thank you for being our sponsor. And Rusty, look at this. Don't rock the cat, baby. He's gotten to be such a love. He is now 2. He is one of Samantha Martin's rescues that she trained to be an acro cat. And he is a love. He is a love. All right. So we had the question last week, and it was sort of an easy one, I hope. I said, what cat breed is regarded as a symbol of good fortune? And the answer was the Japanese bobtail. And this is the first time I didn't say bobcat. That's why I'm not an CFA judge.
And when you threw the question out, the first breed that popped in my mind is the Karat, because the Karat is the good luck cat of Thailand.
Oh.
Okay. So that's what popped in
Japanese.
my head. But the Japanese bobtail, a lot of people came up with that answer. I think we had 15 or so people with the correct answer.
Okay.
So the winner was Julianne Brooks, who actually owns a Japanese bobtail.
Oh, nice, nice. Congratulations,
she's
Julianne.
been wanting to get the InClover treat. So congratulations to Julianne Brooks for being our winner from last week.
All right. So here comes tonight's trivia question. You guys ready? And look at what we're doing. We have Natasha. We got these beautiful kitties from Iris. Casey and Rusty pop in whenever they want. And we have Destiny sitting on Kathy's lap. So we've got a lot of four-legged power of love here on the show tonight. So my question is, and don't answer it, Iris or Ramona, because the answer comes next week. I say, walk this way, kitty. Cats walk and they run on their toes. There's a scientific name for that kind of walking locomotion, if you will. And I'm going to give you 4 choices. And I am going to butcher the pronunciation of all 4 choices.
I'm sure you will.
Okay. So is the first choice answer digitigrade? It's digitigrade. Or is it plantigrade? plantigrade. Or is it releva? RELEVE, accent on a French, so it's an A. Did I do that right, Ramona?
Releve.
Releve, c'est la vie. And D, ungulagrade, UNGULIGRADE. It's going to take me the whole show to spell the choices.
I just typed the question with the choices on the Facebook.
Oh,
chat.
thank gosh. So pick which one. Now, of these guys, there are species that have walking locomotion that is different than cats. And so you'll see these words pop up when you do your Dr. Google search, but find the one that is describing how cats, because they walk and they hit their toe. There's others that kind of plant their foot. So kitties, that's why we don't hear them, because they're very light on their toes.
Can I tell you a funny story real quick? I was in Australia and I was judging the cat show. It lasted for like 5 days. We did just certain breeds each day. And so I had the whole afternoon free, and I'd go watch the dog judging. And there were 2 guys that were judging dogs, one from Spain, one from Great Britain. No, Portugal and Great Britain. Anyway, I was always picking out my winners of the dogs, even though I know nothing about dog breeds. And there was this Afghan hound that I thought was just ethereal. The hair just flew like an angel, and it was just, and this judge picked it last in the class. So at dinner that night, I'm asking him, I'm like, why did you not pick my winner of the Afghan hound? He said, which one? I sent him the picture, and he said, that dog was slapping its feet while it was running. He said, they're supposed to be up on their toes, and look at the picture. You can even see the picture. It's slapping its feet. And I'm like, okay, I don't know anything about it. I just thought it was pretty.
It just kind of gives you another skill set to watch how your cat walks and runs.
Exactly.
So let's get into the meat of the show. And I am so delighted and honored to have as our spotlight guest, we're talking Ramona Marek. Go to ramonamarek.com after the show. You're going to be amazed. She's very humble, but she's very accomplished. She has a master's degree. Check. She is the award-winning author of the book we're going to talk about, Cats for the Genius. Oh, yeah, that's right. We're giving away one of these, right? So, we're going to have 2 winners. Whoever gets the toes right on the cat, we're going to give, one's going to win a 4-pack of Clover, and one's going to get an autographed copy of Cats for the Genius, written by our special guest, Ramona Marek. I like that she has won some pretty powerful awards. She has won the Sojai Mentor Award, so she helps others. She's won the Fear Free Pets Award at the Cat Writers Association. Purina One Health Award. These are big ones, guys. Too many Muse medallions to count. She's been a member of Cat Writers Association, and since 2006, I like this, she is serving on the American Association of Feline Practitioners Cat Friendly Practice Advisory Council, and like myself, she is Fear-Free Pet certified. So you don't just sit there and say, I've graduated. You seem to be always a student and a teacher. Is that correct, Ramona?
That's true. Also, I did the Fear-Free Shelter certification.
Oh, you got it done?
Yep.
Congratulations. That's a new one. Okay, I haven't done that one yet. I will be. Okay. She and I have been friends for a long time, and we were just remarking how, because next week, guys, is a milestone birthday for me, and Dr. Marty Becker and his daughter Mikkel are on here, and I'm making a birthday cake martini. Come on. But the following week, October 14th, Ramona is also hitting a milestone birthday, so I'm wishing you happy birthday ahead of time.
Thank you, and I wish you a happy birthday too. It's always good to celebrate.
Yeah, so here's a gal who's very accomplished, who loves her cats, and was living in Vancouver, Washington, and then home was calling. Where's home?
Home is in East Texas, and while I didn't move exactly to the town where my family lives, I moved to Tyler, Texas, which is about 74 miles from there. Oh,
Okay.
Yvonne
So,
Yvonne came to
is
join.
that Yvonne?
This is Yvonne.
So tell us how old your cats are, when you moved, and any tips on moving cats, especially senior cats, across country.
Yeah, that was across country from Washington to Texas.
Wow.
Natasha is 13 and Yvonne is 16 and he has cataracts. If he's not completely deaf, he has a significant hearing loss and he also has mild cognitive dysfunction. So all of those were challenges, not to mention that Natasha gets notoriously car sick.
Oh.
Yeah, she picked her up from the vet. They were boarded over the weekend when I went out of town. She got car sick the minute I turned on the car. Not really.
Wow.
That quick. So those were challenges, and I learned some things about traveling with them. My sister flew out to Vancouver, and we drove back together. So first,
oh, that's good. So have another human aboard for a long trip. Yep, that you like.
It's going to be a long ride. Make sure you like each other.
Okay.
They each, Natasha and Yvonne, ride in the carriers. They are not afraid of the carriers at all. I have always kept the carriers out. They sleep in them all the time, every day, every night, no problem. All I have to do with Yvonne is say, Yvonne, go, and I can point and he gets in the carrier. So he's not.
Okay.
It's not
that reduces the stress.
Yes.
Right?
And,
okay.
For these two to help ease the stress of travel and staying 4 nights in hotels, I did, under the advice of our veterinarian, have gabapentin to just
gabapentin, yeah,
keep it calm. It's better for everybody. For Natasha, because she gets car sick so easily, I did withhold her food a period of time, like a couple of hours before we drove, but
okay.
had food and water as soon as we got into the room. And
was that because you were running out of paper towels and cleanup materials?
No, honestly, the other trick that I learned with Natasha that helps, and I learned this from a friend of mine who moved from California to Portland, was layers and layers and layers of puppy pads.
Oh, okay.
If one puppy pad is soiled, take it off, toss it. You've got a clean one underneath. And it also makes the carrier kind of cushy.
Okay, because I'm just thinking, how would you squeeze in a litter box in a carrier? Your kitties are good sizes like Casey is. I think they would be doing contortions to try to drop a deuce.
You know, they didn't. We had the litter box in the car and offered it whenever we stopped at rest stops. For them, they just said, no, thanks for offering. But when they felt more comfortable and secure once we got into the room, and really neither one of them had accidents. They just declined.
And what about the hotel room? Because you don't want a cat darting out the door. So what do you do?
No, my sister and I did kind of reconnaissance before we let them out of the
reconnaissance. Okay.
Reconnaissance. Check the beds, make sure that the beds were like platform beds so they couldn't dart up under the bed or squeeze up under the mattress lining.
That's good. Yeah.
And one place there, the bed was kind of had a gap between the walls, so we blocked it with pillows and furniture. So Natasha is the one who hides. So we did that and just kind of looked around to make sure there weren't like cords and cables and things that they could trip or chew on. So that's how really pretty much what we had to do with the rooms. And we did all of that and had everything set up before we let them out of the carriers. So we set up the food, litter box, all that set up, and then we let them out and kind of pointed them in the direction.
And did you do anything to prevent the maid from popping in unexpectedly?
Since we didn't stay several nights in a row, no, but at the check-in, I always tell people at the front desk, I don't need service for
good.
and keep the do not disturb sign out.
You know
Okay,
what?
good.
During COVID, a lot of these hotels are not servicing your room
They're not.
during your stay. They
They're
won't even
not.
come in there. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So that really has helped with not having to worry about the animals being
Right. That
surprised.
I personally like that, since that's something I asked for anyway. So that was like, that's okay with me.
Yeah.
That's-
And how many miles and how many days? You said 4 nights?
we drove for 4 days. We did take a detour, so it was a little bit longer because we were driving through Wyoming, and my sister said, "Oh, look, we can go to Medicine Bow, Wyoming." And I was like, "Yeah, but we're going to Cheyenne."
Yeah.
So we could go to Medicine Bow. And so why would we go to Medicine Bow? Because my mother was a big fan of the Virginian.
Oh, the TV show.
So we wanted to go to Medicine Bow, Wyoming, and get pictures of Medicine Bow and the Virginian Hotel. And that's really pretty much it. There's a Virginian museum, I think.
Okay. And what were Natasha and Yvonne doing it while you're doing that? Were they like, hurry up, take the damn picture, right?
Natasha stays super quiet in her carrier. She's like, no peep out of me, you know, no hear, no see, I'm not here. Yvonne is an explorer, so we let him out a good bit, and he was out of the carrier. And when we came out of the hotel, there's a bar in there, and there were some old.
Here's Yvonne. Yeah, I'm drinking some shots.
There were some older cowboys there, and they saw Yvonne in the front, and they thought I don't know, I guess they thought he was a dog. That's the biggest cat they'd ever seen. And I was like, he's just a nice kitty. He's just a kitty.
Well, how many shots did he put down?
Yvonne doesn't drink and drive.
Oh, okay. He doesn't drink and drive. Okay, cool.
So
Did you feel like you needed any like feel away or fake pheromone spray in your car? Or was music? How did you like keep them calm?
All of those. We.
What kind of music calms cats down?
Yeah, it does.
We did use the feel away in the spray, and I had in the carriers and on the blankets inside. Music. Even if he's just by himself in the car, he actually likes Fleetwood Mac. Did I know? He also was big on spa music, so we played a lot of spa music. There were periods we had to break into some Stevie Ray though, because it's road.
You need to wake up. Yeah. Well, I'm looking at a couple of all-breed cat judges, and I'm sure you two have put cats in cars for a distance or two to go to a cat show. Iris, do you have a tip or two to add to what Ramona was saying?
Well, I never go anywhere without a litter box in the back of my car, which can take a bit of explaining from time to time.
Well, hey, potty happens, right?
Yeah.
All right, how about you? Go ahead.
But I don't have enough space in my car to have a enclosed a cage with a box. So we live dangerously. The cats are in carriers. When we make a pit stop, they get a chance for one too.
Okay, how about you, Kathy?
I traveled several different ways with them in their crates with a small litter box. It don't have to be very big, just a small, even like a little plastic storage for food container. But they can squeeze in there if they want to. If I have a litter of kittens or I have cats that get along, I'll set up my sturdy shelter that we use for exhibiting in the back of my SUV.
Okay.
Then they have plenty of room they don't usually want to move. They're usually scared, but they at least have a litter box, and you can even put water and things like that for them. I had a Turkish van that once we got on the road, he would completely empty this way and this way before we got to where we were going. It was every car trip was horribly car sick. And that's the only cat I ever had that was so car sick, and I never gave him anything for it. I just kind of prepared as best I could. I've left lots of presents on the side of the road for the highway patrolman to find, towels and everything else, not being too prepared.
Kathy's been here.
Yeah, but yeah, when you have a cat that's car sick, it makes, or they drool. I've had some droolers.
Yeah,
that was just
that can be signs of stress too. So
yeah, and when
that's
you're
why
on
we,
a cat show, that's not what you want if you've spent
Yeah.
hours grooming this animal, and now you've got this to deal with once you get to the hotel. But yeah, I mean, cat people can tell you stories for days about traveling with their cats.
well, I appreciate that. And we're going to dive into this book, Cats for the Genius, with Ramona Marek. But first, we also want to give a shout out to the very talented Teresa Kiger, who did the illustrations for this book. And you all know she's the editor of Cat Talk, and she's an all breed judge. And she even has this spread, 2-page spread talking about cat ear and eye and body shapes. And I like it. It's simple, but good. What would you say, Ramona?
I like it because with Teresa doing the artwork, first of all, I adore Teresa, and she does my business cards, my website, my banners.
Wow.
She's straight across the board. I adore working with Teresa, but I know that the information I've written is correct because she reviewed it, and I know the artwork is going to be accurate. And
see, that's good. That's the secret to a good writer, is to be able to have someone you trust that is knowledgeable, who's going to put a fresh set of eyes on what you wrote. So she is very talented in that regard. But in my favorite chapter of all of these, and there's a lot of good ones, is chapter 15, the feline brain and intelligence. I know cats are smart, but what did you find from your research with experts about how cats process things?
I would say kind of obvious in a way is that cats are super intelligent. They're one of the most intelligent animals on earth. But in studies, the studies don't reflect that. And that is because they test them like dogs. You can't test a cat like a dog, not any more than you could run a study on dogs expecting them to be a dolphin. It doesn't work.
Right. So that's a good, there is no cat to cat established real test.
It's getting more and more. The field of feline cognition, animal cognition is a real popular field, but feline cognition is starting to come into its own, and there's some really good studies starting to come out once people start realizing, oh wait, we've got to think like a cat. Well, how do cats think? Well, when we're talking about intelligence, the first thing we're going to have to think about is the brain, because that's the seat of intelligence. So a cat brain.
I usually sit on my brain a lot. Yes.
Been known to do that. Cat brain is 2 inches and weighs about an ounce. Human brain, by comparison, is about 3 pounds, which all sounds really well and good, except intelligence is not assessed by brain size.
Okay.
There's the studies that have been done, there's no correlation between brain size and intelligence. And the best way to think about intelligence is the surface fold and the structure of the brain. And when I think of surface folding, I always just think about when I was a kid in school and people said, well, when you learn something new, you get a new wrinkle in your brain.
Okay.
I just think about it like that. But cats have phenomenal structures, surface folding and structures of the brain that are 90% similar to human brains. So think about that. I mean, it's like we're kind of close like that.
Yeah.
And they have the same structures as far as the lobes, the frontal, temporal, parietal, occipital, and such.
Wait a minute, just listen to what she just spit out. Go ahead, say it again, because you're doing all the parts of the brain. Do it again. It's kind of cool.
Frontal, temporal, parietal, occipital.
Yeah.
What am I leaving out?
The cerebellum?
That's like the brain stem in the back. They also have the limbic system like we have, and the limbic system is home of emotions, hormone regulation, and memory, and that they share that just like we have the same structures in that. So yeah, cats are intelligent. Just don't test them like a dog or you're going to be disappointed. There was a study that
I have a question. Yeah. So I always think of cats as having just the more fight or flight type syndromes, not that much higher cognitive processes, more just the instinct type processes. So you're saying that they have the ability to reason and to think?
Well, yeah. I would think that's a fairly high functioning ability. But if you think about, cats are both predator and prey. And so they have to look at everything from two sides. It's how am I going to go eat safely but not get eaten? Well, so everything a cat thinks about is from those two standpoints. And when people test dogs and do studies on dogs, and a dog succeeds, like say in a maze study, good dog, here's your reward. But if a cat succeeds in the same thing, it's like, oh, well, that's instinct.
Yeah, the cat's like, no applause.
No treats. Hello.
Well, let's talk about that, because in your book, you shared about when Ivan was younger, that he learned to open a bathroom cabinet door. Mm-hmm. And tell us, and you did something to reinforce it. You didn't have to say, good boy. What did you do to reinforce that? Remember?
He's yowling. I don't know that I reinforced it. I didn't necessarily encourage it. I didn't stop it. Before I tell you that, I'm going to read the definition of feline intelligence, and then I'll tell you the story about Ivan.
Okay.
So feline intelligence is having the capacity to learn, solve problems, and adapt to an environment. It also includes the ability to acquire new behavior that applies learned knowledge to new situations, communicate needs and desires within a social group, and respond to training cues.
Very good.
So we got Ivan when he was 12 weeks old.
Okay.
And by the time he was 5 months old, he already knew how to open the bathroom cabinet doors. Because when I got lazy at night after playtime, instead of going to the big closet where I kept his toys, I would stash them in the bathroom because it was close and convenient for me. Oh, Mr. Smarty Pants figured out how to open that cabinet door and take out his toys and go in and explore and anything else he wanted to do. He learned how to open bifold closet doors.
Wow. And he's still under 6 months of age, right? He was young, right?
He learned how to open the sliding closet doors, which I had to learn how to wire closed and put up locks. And the bifold doors I had to block with chairs. And tell me how many times I stubbed my toes or walked into a chair so that he won't get in places he shouldn't be. Now, based on this definition of feline intelligence, he has learned a new skill. He has solved problems. He adapted to his environment. Got it. What he did with that information was, when I boarded him at his pet sitter's house, was took all that little kit of knowledge and did the same thing.
So he did it in a new environment.
I'm going to open all her doors and to see what she has. And one day I was in the apartment and I was hearing this bam, bam, bam. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's the bathroom cabinet door. What is that cat doing? And I walked in there and there was Ivan and Natasha at the cabinet door, and Ivan is pulling the door open and Natasha's trying to get her paw under there. And I swear to you, for all the world, he's teaching her how to open that door. And I was like, no, I really don't need to. And I did not really just say no and shoo and stop and try to discourage that, because it was just outright amazing to watch that communication of trying to teach Natasha to do it. Natasha could never quite grasp getting under the door and pulling because she wants to push on a door. But it was just amazing to just sit back and watch that.
Now, my cat would grab the knob and stand on his hind legs, grab the knob and walk backwards, opening the door.
Mm-hmm.
And then try to dash in before it shut.
These cabinets do not have knobs.
Yeah,
wow.
Okay.
They were just flat cabinets, so he was getting up underneath
the
door and then pulling it open. Just
That's funny.
That's
funny.
So what are your thoughts when you hear people like Stanley Coren, who's known for studying about the intelligence of animals? People have suggested that cats are about the equivalent of a 2-year-old human toddler.
Okay, yes. So think about that. Your cat is a perpetual 2-year-old.
Yeah, Rusty is. Yeah, Rusty is.
That's fun. Well, this is kind of based on, it's called object permanence recognition. And children develop this when they are about 2 years old. And that means that if you see an object and then you hide the object, they know that it didn't disappear, that it's still there, even though you can't see it. And cats have that ability. And anyone with a cat already knows that's true. They know where the treats are, the toys, the good food. Ivan knows that his yogurt is in the refrigerator, and when he wants it, he'll go sit by the refrigerator and wail. So if you want to test this at home with your cat, you can set up like a screen of a sort, like a cardboard screen or something that you can't see through, and get your cat interested in a toy or a treat, and then put that item behind that screen and see if your cat goes to look for it or not. And you can say, well, why is that important for a cat to know that? Well, if they're out hunting and a mouse or a grasshopper gets away and goes in a bush or down a hole or something, and the cat says, well, that's done, and walks away.
I'm going to McDonald's, going through the drive-through, can't get the mouse.
That's going to be a hungry cat. That's going to be a hungry cat. So they know, well, just because it's disappeared doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I've got to go look for it.
I like that. So you call that object permanence recognition, correct?
I've had mine try to catch the cars on the racetrack, watching the car race. The car goes off the screen. I've had the cat run behind the TV.
That's an excellent example. You know, it's there. It's there. I saw it. Just because I don't see it now doesn't mean it's not there. I think that is really cool. That's an excellent example.
So we need to work their noodle. So in your book, Cats for the Genius, you talk about the importance of training. So we know that there are the acro cats out there that are clicker and lured, target luring that Samantha Martin does, but we don't have to be circus cat trained. Can you talk about the importance from the cat's perspective of giving them a chance to have their brain trained? Oh, that rhymes.
Train the brain.
Train your brain.
It's really not that complicated, and it's not that difficult. There are three things to remember, and that is cats have phenomenal procedural memory. Procedural memory is motor skills. They learn by doing. For example, we learn to ride a bike. We have that memory. Cats learn by doing. If they do something and it's a behavior you like or something you want to reinforce, treat it in a positive way. Right? Okay. Make it fun, make the training fun, and make it positive. But for a cat, this is where people get kind of don't understand. It has to be beneficial and relevant to the cat.
Okay. All right. I like that.
If the cat's interested in, they're not going to do it. And not every cat is interested in everything. So find what your cat is interested in. I've taught Ivan and Natasha a few tricks. Ivan is the brainiac. Ivan is a problem solver by nature. He loves to explore and learn and do, especially do things. Ivan will do a high five, and I just played on something that he does naturally, and that's he'll lift a paw.
Yeah.
So I just started reinforcing it. And I was like, hey, we'll call this a high five, or we'll just say paw, and I'll give him a treat, and I'll say paw, and he'll put his paw up. So
that's what I do with Casey is touch paw and spins and sits. Rusty sits up like a circus cat because he was trained to come up for a treat.
Both Ivan and Natasha will go up, and I don't say beg because I don't think it's good behavior for cats to beg.
No, that's no dignity there.
And they both will sit up. They both know sit. They both know to come when called.
Okay.
It's amazing. People say your cat knows how to sit. Yes, both my cats know how to sit.
Okay, well, we got just a couple. We got just a couple minutes left. So
when people are trying to get their cat to use a scratching post, I always say play with them around the scratching post. Make them jump up and down. Make that a fun event.
Yeah, I like that.
And then they get used to scratching on the scratching post.
And when they do it anyway, just reward the good behavior.
Yeah.
Hey,
I like that.
Good. And say good job. And
okay.
Just reinforce the good behavior.
So we just got to make sure we have plenty of time because I want to give Iris a chance to talk about the Turkish Angora. But hang on, Ramona, because there may be a question or two that one of our viewers are having right now that we can ask at the end of the show. But my brain doesn't hurt. My brain is beaming because of what you're sharing about cats. What do you guys think? Have you learned some things?
Oh, yeah.
I need to get her book.
Yes, you do. It's a great book. Hey, guys, at this time, though, we're going to shift gears, and I am honored to welcome back Iris Zink. She's going to talk to us about the Turkish Angora, and she's got many titles, too, like Ramona. She is a Siberian breed consul secretary, and she has bred Turkish Angoras for 30 years, and she is a writer, too. She writes for Cat Talk. But at this time, she and Kathy are going to take over this segment while I get ready to get our kitty cocktail made. So ladies, take it away.
All right, I'm just going to go through a few quick slides, and Iris has some cats to show us, which is always more fun than looking at pictures. So the Turkish Angora is an elegant cat. It has refined boning. It's playful, intelligent, loving. It has a single coat, soft and silky. It has a high erect ear set, two plain profile, originally from the mountain region of Turkey, and initially only recognized in white. That used to be the only color we ever saw in the show hall, but now they're shown in lots of different colors. Of course, with your whites, you're going to have your blue-eyed, you're going to have odd-eyed, where they have eyes of different color, or both amber or green-eyed. Here's probably a silver patch tabby in white or something like that, it looks like. You can have the really funny face ones, like this one, a black smoke. So all the different colors and patterns are recognized. This cat is in the van pattern, but it's not a Turkish van, it's a Turkish Angora. And so I just wanted to show a few pictures, but it's always more fun to look at kittens. So Iris, show us what babies you have. We waited till they were just about, how old are they now? 6 weeks?
They are 5 weeks old.
Okay, so still very little.
And their names are Alpharats, Almac, and Merak, which are the 3 brightest stars in the constellation Andromeda. And Andromeda happens to be the mother's name. This is Alpharats.
I did a star theme with my boys for a while with the Somalis, and they all had star names. So that's cool. So what color is that one you have on your lap?
He's a brown tabby and white.
Okay, and it's a boy?
It's a boy. They're all
Look
boys.
at his hind legs. Let me see his hind legs. They're all striped up. Oh, how cute. Now, what a cute pattern.
And he is hopefully going to grow up to be a show cat, and he's going to go live in Ohio.
Ohio, okay. Yeah, they're still little bitty.
And here's Mama, just so you see what an adult looks like. Here's Andromeda herself. And given that we were talking about birthdays and age before, I think probably some of you are old enough to get the joke that my husband and I make about this litter. We refer to it as the strain.
Oh.
Here's some more pieces of the strain.
What color eyes?
Strain.
Does Andromeda have blue eyes, or what color eyes does she have?
Andromeda has odd eyes.
Okay,
And
I couldn't see.
it's too soon to tell what color eyes the babies have. We have 2 white boys, and right now both their eyes are blue,
Right.
which you probably can't see. I have a collar on this one because this is my current favorite. His ear set is better than the others, but I'm sure it's very, very hard to see any difference between the 2 of them when you're looking this close.
Yes. Can you put one of their faces up closer to the camera?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, look at that baby. I know. Hi, baby. Yes. So you can already start to tell the ear set and ear placement on them at this age, because kittens' ears are always very low.
Here's another adult. So you can see one in another color. This is Isadora. And she is long and lean.
Yeah, beautiful.
And very extreme.
And they're like I said, they have a single coat, so they don't have a lot of undercoat to them. And they have very elegant boning and those high erect ears with those beautiful eyes. Yes. What a pretty girl you are.
Yeah, she came out to one show this summer at the age of a year and a half, never having been to a show because she was born right in the middle of COVID, and she did very well. I was very proud of her.
Good, good.
So speaking of cats' intelligence, one of my lines about the Turkish Angora's intelligence is that the average intelligent Turkish Angora is a rarity. The majority of the Turkish Angoras come in two flavors, Einstein and blonde. Not to insult any blondes. I was a blonde for a while myself, so.
So you're saying they're either very smart or they're just not so smart.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And Dora is definitely an Einstein. I had a very interesting adventure with both Dora and Andromeda just before Dora gave birth to her litter this spring. They both managed to get out a window and go running around on the roof of our house in the middle of the night.
Ooh.
So, and Andromeda, I was able to get back in with a toy because she's a blonde. Dora was not having any. Dora said, hey, this is cool out here. I am going to explore the entire nature of the entire roof, and maybe I'll find a spot out here to have my babies, which of course had us in complete horrors. Yeah. And eventually she came back on her own.
All right.
That is wild.
Hey, Iris and Kathy, thank you very much. And you, Cutie Pie. Don't you like it when we get cats on the show? And what's Destiny think about the Turkish Angora? Do you care, Destiny?
She's sound asleep.
Oh, okay. Hey, what I love about the Cat Fancier Association is they care about all cats. And at this time, Kathy's going to talk about CCW, to which Rusty and Casey are proud card-carrying felines.
Okay, so CCW stands for Companion Cat World. It's CFA's program to recognize the non-pedigreed cat or those that couldn't be registered out for other reasons. So for $13 one-time fee, your cat is a card-toting member of CFA. You get your own unique number. And when you upload a picture, you get a beautiful card with your cat's picture on it, your cat's name, your information. There's luggage tags, key rings. Your cat goes up in our gallery of cats on CFA's website. That part of your $13 goes to a local shelter. It's a fantastic program. Everybody check it out at cfa.org/CCW.
All right. So we've learned a lot about the Turkish Angora. We're learning about all the parts of the brain on the cat that's 2 inches long. And would you say how many ounces?
About 1 ounce.
Wow.
Give or take a little bit.
I'm thinking of my thumb. It's probably like my thumb, right?
And how smart.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. It is pretty amazing. We were only scratching the surface about cat intelligence, but I know I have cats that have taught me all my life, and they're right here mugging for the camera. We've got Rusty the performer and pet safety cat Casey here to hope that you will join us in our next live Zoom interactive veterinary approved cat first aid CPR class. Our next opening is Tuesday, October 12th. Go to Pet First Aid for You. Ramona and Iris, I hope sometime to see you maybe in class. And as an appreciation for what you guys do, just like I did for Kathy, you guys would be honorary approved, no check in the mail. So if you want to come join, it's 3 hours, and I promise you won't fall asleep.
It's a good class.
I can't do it on October 12th, but I definitely want to do it.
All right, and we do private classes too. If you guys out there have at least 4 people that want me to teach your class, and you have a group of people, is it called a clouder? Then let me know, and we do that. I do a lot of private classes too, but that's the public class. Ramona, I think you would have a hoot with these with this class. But I'm very serious about teaching you how to handle a cat that is injured and not get slashed and ripped apart, and also how to be a pet detective, because I think that's important. So I hope maybe you guys will join me. I'm giving you a free pass to my class, you two.
Well, I look forward to that. Are you doing only online classes right now, or do you do any in person?
No, I've done some carefully because of COVID in person. Like I've taught the team at Chewy.com, their distribution center in Dallas. Everything was very up to snuff. And I've also gone to the Canine Republic. It's a dog and cat place or it's a dog only place in Plano, Texas. So I'm doing it on a case-by-case basis until things get a little bit safer. Because I have a cat and a dog.
You've also written a great article about the first aid program that has a lot of useful information, and that's going to be in the next issue of Cat Talk.
I must have read them. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Iris. All right. We got a few minutes left. So I was hoping it was going to be a cold day when I made this recipe a couple months back. As you know, I'm a licensed bartender, and I hope you guys will enjoy this. It's called the Meowy Hot Rum for your tum. And if you want, just share a quilt with your purring cat as you sip and savor this warm drink. Kudos to, again, the marvelous Teresa Kiger for creating each and every one of my kitty cocktail graphics. It's pretty easy. Now, you guys, check this out. I have the perfect mug on Meowy Hour. Who does that look like, guys?
Oh, wow.
Mug. So
Hey, my cousin up in Cleveland had her dog in a blanket warmer, so it could be cool somewhere in the country.
Yeah. So in this mug, I've already put a melted butter. You can see it, but the green screen makes it look like it's moldy, but it is healthy butter. I am going to now drop a tablespoon of brown sugar in there. And I am a chick, so I'm using stevia instead of real white sugar. And then I am going to just kind of stir this little marvelous sugary, buttery together so you see the colors turning. Then I'm going to add 1.5 ounces of dark rum, which is a 6 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to add a cup of heated milk. I'm a lefty, so I got to switch hands. Sorry. Here we go. We're going to do it with the right hand. Warms the cockles. And I'm going to stir it all around. And I'm surprised the cats aren't coming because it's milk. And I'm going to adorn it with a little bit of cinnamon. I had cinnamon sticks somewhere, but I can't find them. So you can make it even prettier. So at this time, guys, can we please raise a glass? Please raise a mug of anything. And let us pretend. There you go, Iris. What do you got? Okay, raise a kitten. Raise a kitten. Don't drink the kitten. And let us toast and salute to all cats, these very smart, intelligent, sentient beings who make us better humans. Cheers, kitties.
Cheers. Yeah, I agree with that.
Kitty cats.
Oh, this is really good, guys. You're going to love this when the weather gets a little nippy. Yeah. I have a quilt that Casey likes to bury under with me. So he and I are going to enjoy this tonight. We're going to pretend in Texas it's cold. And Rusty just smelled the milk. He goes, wait a minute, wait for me. I thought there was something for me. Hey, guys. At this time, I want to give a big round of appreciation to our special guest, Ramona Marek. Please go to ramonamarek.com. Check out her book, Cats. Well, look at Casey. Rusty just did. He just found the treat bag. Cats for the Genius, which is what Rusty is doing right now with the treats scattered everywhere. I also want to thank our special guest, Iris Zink. And she knows all about Turkish Angoras and much more. Hope you can come back, both of you, on our show. We have Kathy Black, my co-pilot. The show wouldn't be possible without you. And a Destiny, thanks to the Cat Fancier Association. And of course, our amazing sponsor in Clover, the makers of cat and dog supplements and much more. Hey, next Wednesday, my birthday. Be here or be square. I'm making a birthday cake martini, and I couldn't think of two better people to help me celebrate my birthday than, yes, Dr. Marty Becker, America's veterinarian, and his talented rising star daughter, Mikhail Becker, who is a renowned animal trainer, and she is the lead trainer for Fear Free Pets. And also, they are both best-selling authors. So they're going to join us for a party, and I hope you will be there. So until next time, same cat channel, same cat time. We'll see you on Meowy Hour. Thanks for showing up, everybody.
Bye.